Hey, what's up, people? This is Ike Love. I'm creating author of the blog, The Bible Alternative, which is an inspirational blog where I share the wisdom insights gained along my path of becoming a greater, stronger version of myself. And if you want to read more about the site or on the site, you can click under the window where it says description, and you'll see the link for www.thebiblealternative.com. Now, this is weird because there seems to be a delay. Anyway, this is not going to be too long. I'm tired. I just come back from the gym, and I got to go eat and relax and everything and do some more work here. But quickly, I just wanted to talk today just about wisdom and insights gained on my path of learning how to attract wealth in my life, become wealthy, attain a wealth consciousness or an abundance mentality. And specifically what I want to talk about is the fact of income and the fallacy that we think that income determines how wealthy we are. Over the past, this year, but it kind of intensified this year, but generally speaking, I guess in the past year and a half, I've kind of more and more made it my business to really learn how to attract wealth and get rid of the scarcity that I've been dealing with in my life for a number of years. Unfortunately, most of my adult life, with the exception of the first 2 years after I graduated from college. But 2014, I took the first step and I started therapy. And then last year, I started more and more listening to podcasts and people on YouTube who talk about wealth and wealth mentality and how to invest your money. People like Gary Vaynerchuk, I don't know if you know him, or Grant Cardone, or what's this other Dr. Boyce Watkins, who is basically trying to foster Black economic empowerment. I kind of listened to all, and Dr. Boyce Watkins, he has a PhD in finance, and he was a professor at a number of universities. Well, between these three guys and other people I read about wealth, I also listen to some of the spiritual aspects of wealth, because that also was my issue, was not only the mechanics of wealth, which I understood, but the spiritual aspects of wealth, the inner game of wealth, how to have the mentality of wealth beyond what you do with the physical aspect of money, but the mentality and the energy behind it, Another person recently I started listening to was Roger Hamilton. And these people together, not just listen to them once, but listen over the past year and a half, have and also people around me. I have a mentor and everything like that, but just these people together, listen to them on a regular basis, it's kind of like having your own little what's that word? Group of people that you associate with on a regular basis. And it's said that you are the 5 people, or they say, show me your friends, I'll show you your future, or you're the 5 people you spend the most time with. Well, it's kind of like I spend a lot of time with these people because I listen to them basically all the time, and they've been helping to alter my consciousness. And so one of the things I'm learning, I want to share with you quickly today, and one of the misconceptions I had and excuses I had not to do the things that are required to become wealthy is income. Most of us think that wealth is denoted by how much income we have. You're making $120,000, $200,000 a year, $1 million a year, whatever, you're supposed to be wealthy. And if you're not making that, you're poor. And it is said that the best ways to start to build wealth is to own real estate, to invest in stocks, and to start your own business. But most of us, including me, were like, well, I don't have any money. I don't have enough income, and my salary is not great. So how can I even do that? But we're under the fallacy, number one, again, that income determines a person's wealth. But if you look at it like this, NBA athletes, or excuse me, professional athletes, not NBA, any NBA, NFL, baseball, whatever, you notice that these people, it's said that 3 years, on average, 3 years after they retire from the professional sports league, whatever they're playing in, they go broke because they don't have a wealth mentality. Yeah, they have the income, but a lot of them are living from paycheck to paycheck, and a lot of them also are in a huge amount of debt, and they also spend a lot more than they earn. You know what I mean? They're over leveraged. So while they have all this income, they're not necessarily wealthy because they're not investing wealth. They're not doing the things that will require a person or will make a person wealthy. So a person who's making like $20 an hour, that's saving his money and everything like that, is actually better off than someone who is a multimillionaire and not saving his money and living from paycheck to paycheck, or excuse me, getting a multi-million-dollar salary and not saving their money to do the things that require wealth and living from paycheck to paycheck, you know? Because if both of them lose their, or both people lose their jobs, who's better off? The $20 hour person who's saving his money and investing their money, or the $1 million hour or year person who's not saving his money? Frankly, the person who's making $20 an hour who's saving his money is much better off because he has money to fall back on, which is the $1 million person. He's most likely in debt, so he has a negative amount of money at his, that he's worth. So income is a fallacy. I think income is a fallacy in terms of like how we use it to measure a person's wealth. Also, there are other factors that go into wealth. Number one is, again, which is leading to what you do with your money. How you invest it, beyond just investing in real estate and in stocks and starting your own business, but also are you investing it in education, self-education, going to seminars, buying books, getting a coach, taking a class and everything like that. All things that will help you to increase your knowledge, that will enable you to make more wise moves that will bring you wealth. So and also, again, it's not only how much money you have or how many resources you have, but it's also how resourceful you are, what you do with your resources, as opposed to how much resources you have. There's someone, they say the whole thing about making lemonade out of lemons. A person takes lemons that's supposed to be not many resources or bad resources because it's supposed to be sour, but people use that and make something that they can sell out of it lemonade. I just recently read a book by Damon John called The Power of Broke, and in it describes how people who come into business with little money are actually many times better off than people who have a bunch of money as resources, because people who have less of money as a resource, are more inclined to find ways to make the business work that reflect their heart and that give the business a bigger authenticity. Whereas someone who has a lot of money and they throw it at the business, the money becomes a front to hide the inadequacy of the business. And once the money is gone, the business collapses. Whereas the person who doesn't have the money and the business is propped up by his passion, his ingenuity, and his resourcefulness, that business has more of a longer staying power. So let us all, and this is including me as I'm learning, let us not be deceived by the fact that we're not earning enough income, so therefore, we're poor. We're poor only in how we think, not in terms of what we have. My pastor used to say, that's Pastor R.L. Jackson used to say, money is not what you have in your hand, but it's what you have in your head. And in my own example, after I came back from Europe, and I was on a high, I said to myself, okay, how can I take my life to the next level? And I knew I wasn't getting much income I want, but I said to myself, I'm going to take what I have. The little I have, I'm going to put money aside. I'm going to start an investment account to start investing my money. If this is a way to start to build wealth, I'm going to find a way to invest my money. Because the excuse that I had not to save my money was that, I'm not making enough money anyway, so what's the use of saving? That's going to take away from the little money I get. But no, I think if you want to better your situation, you have to take whatever you have and start building upon that. That is how you start to make the increments and the path and the road towards wealth. All right. So I hope all this helps. I hope we understand, and the takeaway from this video is don't automatically assume that you're not making enough money, that you're necessarily poor, you can never become wealthy. Focus on the fact of taking the little you have to build upon where you want to get to. All right. So if you want to read more on my website, go to www.theviablealternative.com. You can also follow me on Twitter. My screen name is The Viable Alt. If you like this video, please click on subscribe and like. And please share. And yeah, I wish you all the best, and I hope all this helps. Take care. God bless, and peace.